Welcome to the English version of our weekly program Para Ser Legal to Be Legal. Today, Fiancé Visa, all things Fiancé Visa.
Calificas para ser legal, quieres saber, solo llama al abogado Andrés Mejer.
I'm Andrés Mejer, published author, public speaker, and immigration attorney. Please don't hold that against me. And today, we're talking to you about the Fiancé Visa. So please, if you're interested in the subject, subscribe to the channel below and share this video with at least one person that you think it might help. Now we're going to talk about Fiancé Visa or marriage-based green card. What should I do? The answer really depends on your fiancé's present visa status. So here's the scenario. You as a United citizen come to my office, say, listen, I fell in love with so-and-so. She's from Maria. She's from Ecuador. We want to live the rest of our lives together. I just got back from there. What do I do? Well, it really depends on what is your fiance's present visa status. The goal of the fiancé visa is to bring the two of you together, bring the immigrant to the United States so you can marry within 90 days and file for a green card within 90 days of her entering. The fiancé visa takes about half of the time as a green card petition. But green card petition, you need to be married. So in the green card petition, in this context, we're talking about consular processing. A green card with consular processing is taking today between 10 and 18 months. Fiancé visa is taking 5 to 9 months for your fiancé to enter the US. Once she enters and you marry within 90 days, it's taking an additional 5 to 9 months waiting for the green card. But that second half is waited while you're here and together. Big difference. Waiting for 10 months, for a year or a year and a half, being separated, you traveling back and forth, versus waiting 5 to 9 months and the rest of the time you are together here in the United States. So I typically only recommend the fiancé visa if your spouse is outside of the US and doesn't already have a visa to enter the United States. So let me give you an example. Let's say she has a student visa or a TN visa because she's from Canada or Mexico and a professional, or a tourist visa. I would suggest your fiancé come to the United States to determine, hey, are the two of you compatible? Look, picking up and moving countries is a big deal. At least come for a couple of months to figure out, can we really make this work? Yes, we're interested in each other, but can we make this work apart from your spouse, from your friends, from your family, from, not your spouse, because obviously you're moving to marry, right? But away from everything you know and your support system, can you make that happen? So if you have a legal visa to enter the United States, I suggest you do that first. You skip the fiancé visa altogether. What you can't do is, let me enter on Monday, marry him on Tuesday, and he files for me on Wednesday. That's an exaggerated example. It doesn't really happen with anyone, but you get the point. In that situation, the fiancé came into the United States with the intention to get married because she got married the next day, and the intention that her now spouse is going to file for her. So when she entered with a visa, let's say a tourist visa, her implied intent was to go back to Ecuador and to be here for a short period of time. When she got married the next day, it's pretty clear her intention was not to stay here temporarily, unless she filed for consular processing. But in the example that I provided, entered on Monday, married on Tuesday, filed on Wednesday for the green card in the United States, it's clear that her intention was not temporary, and thus she lied. And that might require a waiver, and it might require, it might cause other problems. For that reason, I say, come on in, stay for a period of time, figuring out, hey, can we make this work? And then and only then, do you get engaged, do you get married, and do you file for that? So the rule used to be 30, 60, 90 days, where if you enter within the 30 days, the assumption, a rebuttable presumption, was that you lied. That is no longer true. It's no longer a clear-cut 30, 60, 90 days, but that's what it used to be, and a lot of officers still use it as a yardstick. So figure out, can we make this work? Once you know for certain that yes, you can make this work, now's the time to document it. Now, if your fiance is already in the United States, so you're the US citizen and your fiance is already here, guess what? Fiance visa isn't going to work for her. If you're already married, the fiance visa is not appropriate. Now, I'm talking about you're married to the immigrant. If you're married to somebody else, you clearly can't marry her. So, but if the two of you are, if you already married, you can't apply for a fiance visa. Now, some clients tell me, well, we got married over there. Does that really count? Yes, it does. Married is married. As long as it's a legal marriage in the country where the marriage was done, U.S. will give it under the principles of comity, will enforce it. If your fiance isn't in the U.S., the two of you aren't already married, and she doesn't already have a visa to enter the U.S., then the fiance visa would likely be the fastest way to get her into the U.S. If your fiance doesn't have a visa, getting one in this climate is difficult. What I mean by a visa, I'm not talking about a fiance visa, I'm talking about a tourist visa, I'm talking about a student visa. Right now, it's kind of difficult, particularly since the embassy is closed. But my point is, she can't say, hey, she's considering marrying a U.S. citizen and wants to see if it's going to work out. The moment she does that, they will deny her visa, even if it's the truth. Now, is it right? No. But if she's considering marrying you, then the fiance visa is the right choice, and it may be the only choice. If this video was helpful to you, please subscribe to the channel and share it with at least one person who you think it could help. If you have questions, we have answers. Call us at the number below.